What's up, you guys? Welcome back to our townhouse flip here on Dobson Road. We're all wrapped up. This project was super fast. I love the way that it turned out. It's very clean. We've already had a ton of interest in this property, so I'm hoping it sells really fast. So let's get inside and take a look. So as we enter into our little courtyard area, if you guys remember, there was a ton of trash. It looked a little bit junky back here, but it looks so clean and fresh right now. One thing I want to point out too is that we put new slats on our gate. We wanted the gate to look fresh and brand new. The other big thing that we did here was, if you remember, this was all just weird tiles and pavers and just kind of not a usable space. We ended up turfing the entire area over here, which looks so clean. And it actually feels really large over here. I'm not sure if you guys can tell truly the scale of this. Like, think about it. If we have a buyer that comes in and they have a little dog or a big dog, any animals, they don't have to get on a leash like most other people have to in these types of communities and go walk around the entire apartment complex. Or they don't even have to walk outside. They could just open up the door and let the dog out. I mean, how cool is that, right? Great little space here, good for entertaining, perfect for a little family, or perfect for just a single person that has a dog. We have a large landing pad area. Again, we can throw some furniture out here. There's just a ton of space. The space is really nice. You don't get this when it comes to a townhouse. You have your laundry units in here, which we're not gonna open up right now. I don't even know where the keys are, to be honest. Yeah, we're locked. So we're not gonna take a look in there. There's nothing too special. It's just laundry hookups. It's additional storage that goes to the back there. But let's get inside and show you guys the finishes that we chose. So as we enter into the townhouse here, I mean, this is fresh, this is clean, it's light, it's bright, it's everything that you're gonna want when it comes to a townhouse. We have our nice luxury vinyl plank flooring that we do in every single property from Bedrosians. This stuff is awesome. It's commercial grade. It's a 20 mil wear layer and it just looks nice. This is what I would put into $1 million house, quite frankly, if I was gonna do a flip on $1 million house. So the fact that people are gonna get this type of finish quality inside of a price point that's $265, we listed this property at $265, you can't beat that. Now, one more thing I do want to point out, because in the last video, we talked about the glass being cracked. Luckily, our glass guy from Able Windows and Blinds, he was able to come in and just actually replace the glass in this. We didn't have to replace the entire window and all the framing and everything that went along with it, so it saved us a ton of money there. We ended up being all in on this project just under $30,000, $29,000 and some change. So we went a little bit over budget. However, it made a huge difference. We made sure that we got all the finished quality that we wanted on this property. I'm really pumped with how it turned out. Let's go check out the kitchen area. There used to be a weird peninsula wall here. It had no cabinets on it. And then we had a weird post that was going up as well. A lot of the times you guys see when we're walking into these properties, I have no time to even get Eric out here so we can even film. The crew gets right on it as soon as we close. I think this works out a lot better. We're just under 800 square feet. So the fact that we have a little bit of lighting up here, they can put a little cafe table on this side. We have our aloe backsplash here. This is a low-cost backsplash. It's 70 cents per square foot for this backsplash, and it looks nice. It has a matte finish. We got our countertops from Builder's Warehouse. We got our cabinets from Builder's Warehouse. All in for this entire kitchen with the countertops, with the appliances, was just a little over $4,000. That includes the install of everything too. You can't beat that. We have our pantry area over here, which we don't need too much space, but I love the way that this opened up. I love the way that this all turned out. We do have our water heater on this side as well. It was in good working condition, so we didn't have to replace the water heater. We typically spend about $1,200 on a water heater replacement. So that's gonna be for the actual water heater itself, and that's for the install of the water heater. Don't go with those big box places. Try to get a deal. Get your plumber to come install it. Get a handyman to come install it. You can get a way better deal. I've gotten these as low as $800 for the actual unit and the install as well. So just make sure you're shopping around. We don't want to price gouge on everything that we're doing. We want to make sure that our crew members are making the money that they need to make. We want them to be excited to come to our projects. Just make sure you're shopping them around though too, because I've also got quotes on these before in the past that are like $2,500 from all the big box places. Don't need to go with them. Find yourself a contractor that can do it all. Find somebody that's licensed, and just make sure that you're shopping it around. Let's check out the rest of the house. Work on our way into the first bedroom here. Something that we pointed out previously, all new outlets and switches in the property. We have our Swiss coffee at 75% strength. We do eggshell on the walls. We do the same exact color, but in semi-gloss for the trim. And then we do a flat color on the ceiling itself. It gives a little bit of depth to it. It's not too much differentiation. This gives you that warm feeling without too much of the yellow that goes along with it. Now our closets are also still great size. This hardware was only 11 bucks per handle. We're always looking for deals. When we're ordering on Amazon, get yourself number one, an Amazon business account. But when you're ordering on Amazon business accounts, it'll tell you if there's deals. Typically I find a pack of like 8 or 10 handles when it comes to actual door handles. But in this situation, it it actually made a lot more sense for us to get individual handled orders, because as you ordered more than 3, it started to give you 35, 45, 50% discounts on it. So again, it's a huge bonus to have an Amazon business account, because you're gonna get deals that typically you wouldn't get on your normal Amazon account. Plus you start to accrue points, all the stuff. You can put purchase orders on there. Highly recommend getting yourself a business account through Amazon if you haven't already. But let's check out the bathroom, which turned out awesome. So coming into the bathroom, I love how this turned out. It's not a huge space, but I think it turned out so great, and it actually feels a little bit bigger because of the finishes that we chose. We have our vanity from Lowe's that we always talk about. We get them for about $300. This is a 30-inch vanity. And then we have this round mirror that we typically don't do round mirrors. Anna ordered all of her hardware for this, and the mirror that came in was not the right mirror, and our installer put it in sideways. It was just a small, dinky, weird little mirror. So last minute, Anna went over to Home Goods and found this circular mirror, which I think looks great. I think it's awesome for the space. It really fills it out. The hardware that we chose for this property is not the most high-end hardware that we typically go with. Go with something that's affordable, that fits the look. That's exactly what we got here. Now, if we shift around on the other side, you guessed it, same tile that we always do. We don't want to put a lot of complexity into our flips. If we can do the same thing over and over again, and if it's something that works, all of our houses sell so quickly when we do this type of tile. Why would we change it? There's always overage on tile, because you have to order more tile than what you actually need. That way, if there's some wrong cuts, if there's ever mistakes, anything like that, you have extra tile. So as we start to do the same project over and over and over again, well, now we have extra tile. So the flip that we're actually doing on Cindy Street right now, we actually got to save about $1,000 on tile because we had so much extra tile from all the projects. We could put it all together, and now all of a sudden, boom, we got all the tile we need, and now we can start doing the whole thing all over again. So that's why we order the same thing every time as well. It's not just for the fact that we're doing a rinse and repeat for everybody so that the crews know what they're doing. It's also because when we have overages on the materials, like the floors are another one that you have to order extra of. Now we can start stacking those things, and once in a while you get that nice little bonus where you go and you get a property and you go, cool, I don't have to spend $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 on floors because I have all the extra flooring that I need. I don't have to go get all the extra tile because I have all the extra tile from the other projects. So it all just starts to stack. Make sure you have a place to store that stuff, and just make sure you're using the same thing over and over again. Make it easy on yourself. This vanity we did not have to purchase for this property because the house on Southern, downstairs, we had to choose a vanity that was actually a little bit smaller, but we had already purchased this. So what did they do? They brought this straight on over to this property over here, so we didn't actually have to pay for the vanity either here. So as you start to stack and stack these things, use the same thing over and over again, you can start to really play around with, okay, this is gonna go to that property. You can also get better deals. If we're buying things in bulk, you get better deals. Let's check out the next bedroom. All right, working our way to the final bedroom over here. It's nothing too crazy, you guys. We got our new hardware, we got our fans. I do like having the bigger fans typically. So here's a little pro tip in my personal opinion. I try to go bigger if I can. If I can have a bigger fan, if I can have bigger vanities, if I can stretch things just a little bit, I try to without it feeling too tight. And the reason why I do that is because it gives a more luxurious feel when things are bigger. Think about it. If I'm going to IKEA to get furniture, it's gonna be smaller furniture because it's a more affordable price point. But if I'm gonna go to Restoration Hardware to go get furniture, everything's massive, everything's huge because that's an expensive price point. You have more material, but also it's gonna go in bigger houses. So bigger hardware, things like that don't make a huge difference in the cost or the budget itself, make a huge difference when the actual buyers are walking through here and they go, wow, this feels huge. Wow, this feels luxurious. We have bigger fans, we have bigger vanities, we have tile all the way up to the ceiling inside of the bathroom. We typically don't get those things in these price points. So big pro tip there, always try to go bigger if you can. We have our next closet over here, nice walk-in closet, all new outlets and switches, got everything painted, got everything cleaned up in this property. The windows work great, the AC unit works great. You can't beat it. This was quick, guys. This was like 3 weeks in and out. I'm happy with how it turned out. I think the next buyer is gonna love living here. We're right across from the pool. I mean, this thing is going to fly off the shelf. If you guys wanna see more videos like this, make sure you are subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing this video. Let me know what else you guys wanna see. Do you wanna see me break down more budgets? Do you wanna see more of the work that goes behind the scenes? Let me know in the comments what you guys want to see. That way I can make sure I'm catering to the things that you guys actually want versus me just walking through these properties and shooting blind, right? So with that being said, thank you so much for tuning in, and we will catch you on the next one.